A Rochester woman wakes up to find her car stolen and then learns it was used in a smash and grab burglary.
Upset me at that fact that, they can just take somebody's hard-earned, property and destroy it, and that's it.
Good evening, I'm Matt Malloy. Rochester police are searching for suspects involved in a string of smash and grab burglaries in the city last week. The suspects using cars to crash into 5 different businesses. As 13 Wham's Carla Rogner explained, she spoke with one Rochester woman who says it was her stolen car used in these crimes. Carla, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Matt. Police say right now there is a surge in crimes using stolen vehicles to break into businesses. There have also been nearly 900 reports of stolen vehicles in the city of Rochester this year. Brandy Jones is one of the many victims who then found out her stolen car was used in multiple crimes through the news.
And I was like, oh my God, yeah, that's my car.
When Brandy Jones saw this surveillance video of a break-in at Rock 7 convenience store, she recognized her blue Hyundai immediately.
I zoom in and I noticed my bumper sticker was on the car. And I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely my car. Yep. Hands down. My heart dropped, really. I was really upset.
She says her Hyundai was stolen from her home in the city of Rochester the night of March 20th. The same night, Rochester police reported 5 smash and grabs at city businesses, all using stolen cars, including Jones's. Police say the first incident happened outside Dunkin' Donuts on Lake Avenue around 10:30 that night. About 5 hours later at 3:30 in the morning, police say a Hyundai was used to crash through Joe's Quick Mart. An hour later, what appears to be that same blue Hyundai crashes into the convenience store, Rock 7, while police say a Kia waited nearby. 10 minutes after that, a smoke shop is the next smash and grab victim when a Kia and Hyundai are used to break inside. Just a few minutes after that, the 5th smash and grab that night at a gas station with, again, both a Kia and a Hyundai. It's unclear how many of these break-ins Jones's Hyundai was used in. She says she just paid thousands of dollars for this car in December to use for her job with DoorDash.
I had that car for 2 months. That's it, before it got stolen. Yeah. And that's what upset me the most. That's what made me the saddest, was the fact that I didn't even get to have the car.
Now Jones says her insurance won't cover the damage left behind by the thieves, and she's out of a car and a job.
I'm out $10,000. I got $400. I had to sell it to a junkyard just in order for me to get some type of money, because I needed, I had a bill that was due that day. And I was supposed to work that day, and I couldn't.
Police are still searching for multiple suspects involved in the series of crimes. Brandy says she just bought the Hyundai before the social media trend to steal those and Kias began. She had looked for one of the steering wheel locks meant to prevent theft, but was never able to find one. Rochester police are asking anyone who has information about the suspects involved in the smash and grabs to call 911.
Those applying for a marijuana dispensary license in the Finger Lakes region taking another hit this week. And as Chase Howell reports, it's all because of a company not even located here in New York. Chase, good evening.
Good evening, Matt. First, a lawsuit consisted of all Western New York, the Finger Lakes, Central New York, Brooklyn, and Mid-Hudson. But like you just said, an injunction just targeting the Finger Lakes region, causing those dispensary applicants to wait longer to open up and make money.
And it's costing a lot of time and effort and money.
Lucas Dobbins applied for a dispensary license in the Finger Lakes region in July. Since then, Dobbins says he spent $40,000 on lawyers, consultants, and accountants.
Oh, it's been a roller coaster.
Dobbins says 4 months after applying, a Michigan-based applicant filed a lawsuit claiming New York was discriminating against those applying out of state, prompting a federal judge to block New York from giving out marijuana licenses to 5 of its regions, including the Finger Lakes. Now that injunction has been lifted for all regions, except the Finger Lakes.
It was check your email every hour last week, and now we're on the same, it could be months, it could be days, we don't know.
Dobbins says the lawsuit being upheld for the region is unfair and doesn't make sense.
And to pre-plan with all this, time and energy and money that goes into this, it's crazy, because you don't even really want to pick a location. You want to have that in mind, but you don't want to get it ready because you don't know when it's going to happen or if.
New York State Senator Jeremy Cooney also expressing his disappointment by writing, the Rochester and Greater Finger Lakes region was negatively impacted by the failed war on drugs. Its residents, especially members of the Black and Brown community, deserve the opportunity to participate in the social equity programs included within the MRTA legislation. Dobbins hopes this lawsuit gets resolved soon.
I'm just thinking to myself, if this goes on a long ways, you're losing money, but you're not only that, it's just your time and effort you put into it. It doesn't seem fair at all.
And after doing a quick Google search and calling around, I found out the Herbal Center in Syracuse is the closest dispensary to the Finger Lakes.